Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're asking something pretty specific that comes up a lot. Can a stack of vitamins, like really high-dose ones, actually fix nerve pain? We're going to look closely at this product called Nerve Renew.
Yeah, it's quite popular. Claims to use some pretty specific ingredients.
Right, so our mission here is to quickly break down what's actually in it, the three main ingredients, and then there's this surprising scientific catch that basically decides if this whole approach even works when you take it as a pill.
It's interesting because looking at the formulation, they have picked good stuff, quality compounds. But like you said, how it gets delivered into your system and just your own body, that throws a huge wrench in the works, potentially.
Okay, let's unpack this then before we hit the fancy names. Maybe just briefly,
Yeah.
why B vitamins and antioxidants for nerves anyway? Why start there?
Oh, it's fundamental. B vitamins, especially B1 and B12, they're like the essential building materials. They help maintain that protective coating around nerves, the myelin sheath, and they help the signals travel properly. So if nerves are damaged, your body is basically crying out for these nutrients.
Got it. So the specific mix in Nerve Renew, they list three key things: benfotiamine, methylcobalamin, and R-alpha-lipoic acid. Let's start with benfotiamine. The big claim is it absorbs 360% better than regular B1. Sounds impressive. Is that like real-world proven?
Well, the 360% number comes from bioavailability studies, more lab-based, but the clinical side is important. There are studies, using pretty high doses, think 600 milligrams a day of benfotiamine, and they did show some real improvements for people with diabetic neuropathy symptoms, so it definitely seems to be a superior form compared to standard thiamine.
Okay, so some basis there. And that quality theme seems to continue with the B12. Why is methylcobalamin a big deal compared to, say, the cheap stuff in a multivitamin?
Think of it like this. The cheap B12, often cyanocobalamin, is like raw materials. Your body has to work hard, use energy, convert it. Methylcobalamin, that's the active form. It's ready to go. Your nervous system can use it immediately. No conversion needed. Critical if you're trying to repair nerves.
Makes sense. Ready to use. And the third one, R-alpha-lipoic acid.
Yeah, RALA. They use the stabilized R form. It's a really potent antioxidant. Its job is basically fighting off inflammation and damage right around the nerve endings. Again, it points to them not skimping. It's a higher quality choice than the cheaper synthetic mix you often see. Ingredient-wise, they seem to know what they're doing.
Okay, quality ingredients check. But here's where it gets really interesting, right? The big complication we found. Can this great list of ingredients actually get where it needs to go effectively when you just swallow a pill?
Exactly. And this is the core issue, really. A lot of the research that showed, dramatic results for things like benfotiamine, it often used IVs, intravenous injections, which bypasses your entire digestive system, guarantees it all gets into your bloodstream.
Right, straight in. So switching that to an oral pill, that's a totally different scenario.
Totally different. And the data actually highlights this problem. We found this one study. Type 1 diabetics with neuropathy took oral benfotiamine for 2 full years. And the result? Zero benefit. Didn't help at all.
Wow. 2 years and nothing.
Yeah. It really shows that gap, What works amazingly well via injection doesn't always translate when you just swallow it.
But then, the company, Nerve Renew's parent company, they have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Over 400,000 customers, apparently. That seems contradictory.
That does seem like a puzzle, yeah.
And they have that really unusual 1-year money-back guarantee. That's not common. Suggests some confidence, maybe.
It definitely suggests they're willing to stand behind it, even knowing results will vary. And that ties into the final takeaway on efficacy, really. If you look at user reports, some people do experience relief, sometimes mild, sometimes quite significant, but usually only after taking it consistently for like 3 to 6 months.
Okay, so it takes time.
Right. But then other people take it for just as long and see absolutely zero difference. Nothing. So it seems to work for those whose bodies, for whatever reason, can absorb and utilize these compounds well enough from a pill. But remember, it's a supplement, not regulated like a prescription drug. It's not guaranteed.
So pulling this all together, high-quality ingredients, decent dosing compared to a basic B complex. Sounds good. But the effectiveness, at the end of the day, it really just boils down to your individual body chemistry. How much actually gets through your gut and into your system.
Precisely. It's highly variable.
So what's the bottom line for someone listening? This approach, Nerve Renew, it's something you could consider, maybe talk to your doctor about. But you absolutely have to manage expectations, right? It's potentially helpful, but it's definitely not some magic bullet.
Exactly. And maybe the bigger question this whole deep dive raises is, Well, how do we bridge that gap? You have these compounds proven effective with injections. How can companies reliably translate that power into a simple pill that works consistently for most people?
That is the challenge, isn't it? Definitely something to think about and maybe discuss with a healthcare professional. Okay, that's our deep dive for today. We'll see you next time.